Hi everyone, it's Katie here behind the camera with Olivet Co. and I'm going to teach you how to make our DIY macrame rainbow kit. You are going to gather all your things. What comes in the kit is the jumbo cord, the yarn needle, and then your 3 colors that you chose to work with. What you're going to grab from home is your scissors, your hot glue gun, and hot glue gun sticks. All right, let's get started. So for the first part, you're going to choose which colors you want to go with which strand of your rainbow. I'm going to go light to dark, so I'm going to start with white on the first one, light green on the second one, and dark green on the top one. I'm starting with my longest chunky cord, and I have chosen my dark green. I'm going to start by making a little L and then wrapping around and going on top of that L. Then I continue wrapping. Don't worry if there's some little white showing, you can just scoot your cord down to cover all that up. Once you've wrapped about 3 or 4 times, starting at the base of your brown tape, you're going to pull this little string and it's just going to tighten up what you've been working on and really secure your yarn on this end. All right, so mine's nice and tight now. I'm just going to continue wrapping, kind of scooting some stuff down, making sure it's nice and tight and no white is showing. Do like 5 or 6 wraps and then just kind of scoot it down. And you're going to do this until you get all the way to the other end of the tape. All right, so I'm coming near my other end. There's so much forgiveness here if you are missing some of the white and you need to scooch it down, or if your tape tries to attack you, you just close it up. All right, I'm getting close. Okay, I've made it to my brown tape. Let me just check and see if there's any white. I had some right there. I'm gonna go kind of onto my brown tape because you can always scoot it up. All right, so right here, you're gonna take off a little bit of your yarn off of the clothespin, cut it, and then slide it into your yarn needle. All right, now that it's on here, we wanna secure the yarn at the end. So what we're gonna do is just slide it up into maybe 8 to 10 layers of the yarn that you wrapped onto your chunky cord. You're gonna pull it up and pull it tight. Once you have it tight and it looks secure, you're just gonna cut it off right there. All right, you're finished with your first layer. And then we're gonna move on to the next. So for the next one, I am going to do my light green, and I'll walk you through it once more. The start of this, you start at the bottom or at the top of this brown tape. You're going to make your little L, and then you begin to wrap around that L until you get to the other side, and you grab your yarn needle and tie it off. Now is when you're going to plug in your hot glue gun, and you're going to, while you wait for that to heat up, you can take off all of your brown tapes. All right, so I've gotten all the brown tape off and I've got my hot glue gun all heated up. I'm gonna grab 2 layers, the bottom one and the middle one, and I'm gonna start by just putting a ribbon of glue here. And what I've found is that after you put a ribbon of glue, if you hold it for about a minute, this is really going to secure your project and not show any glue from the other side. So this is the part that takes the longest. You're going to be stopping and going. So I'm not going to show you the whole process, but you're just going to go ahead and glue all the way around. When you get to this part, if it looks like maybe one side is a little longer than the other one, because you want them to all look pretty flush right here, you're just going to take it and you're going to scoot it up with your fingers. Just as easy as that. And then it will all match up when you get to that side. So I'm still holding this because I can tell that it's not cooled off yet. It'll be more of a solid white color. Right now it's just a clear. So I finished my first layer of glue all the way around. I'm gonna grab my third layer. I'm gonna line it up the same because I want these to be straight on my rainbow. And I'm just gonna do the same thing with this side. Squirt a layer of glue, squeeze it together and hold all the way till I get to this side, holding for about a minute or until it starts turning. You can kind of see the difference, what color this one is and how clear that one is. So when this one gets to that color, I'll know that I'll be ready to move on. Finished all the hot glue. You're gonna turn it over and make sure that these colors all make a straight line. Kind of makes it look clean cut. Then you can take a comb from home and just kind of brush it out if you want your fringe brushed. I actually like seeing these little spirals at the top, so I kind of leave it a little bit, you know, messy. And then if you have anything to cut off the fringe, now is when you can do that. I really don't have that much. I actually like how this turned out. Can kind of even it out a little bit there. All right, so now is when you kind of have three options. You can lean this up against a shelf, then you don't have to put a hanging string on. But if you would like a hanging string, you grab one of your colors. I'm gonna grab the color that I have for this top one. Get about a foot of yarn and stick it through your yarn needle a little bit. You're gonna take your rainbow and find the dead center. You're gonna slide it through and then take your yarn needle off. You have these two strings and all you're gonna do is make a loop. Tie a simple knot right there. Tie it off, and there's one. Oh, well, that's the second way. First way is leaning, second way is hanging on a little tie right here. And then if you want to not see this, sometimes I think it's cute just hang it on a little nail right there. But if you don't want to see this, the third way to hang it up is you take some string. You could use, if you're going to do it in the center, you probably want to use the same color so that it doesn't show. You're going to slide, same, probably about a foot. You're going to go in through the back, center, pull it through, and then turn it over, and you're going to go through the front center so that you have two strings sticking out the back. All right, see how you pull it so that your string isn't showing? You turn it over and you've got these two strings here. Then you're going to tie your simple knot, and this gives you a little hidden hanging loop if you don't want to see a string showing at the top of your macrame, so that you can hang it on the wall on a little hook right there and it's not going to show. So there you have it. I hope you had fun. Enjoy!